Thanks. I won't. I try not to keep you too long from your lunch, but I waited till this morning at 2:30 Dublin time to get here, so I'll give a few minutes. So what I was asked, I discussed with Jürgen, who was unfortunately not here today, is to show a bit how in France, of course it's a small region, how we did work with our, I would say, 5 facilities. First thing I want to say that talking to SMEs and explaining this is the wrong way. I mean, they are not interested to know the exact details of what you do. That's not the first thing they are interested in. So that's not the thing you have to tell them. But first, some history. So we started 5 years ago in the official hours of our ILFT. I would say the things where we were quite successful was first of all European and national research programs. You can see a number of IP projects and STRAP projects, and also PhD research and also fundamental research projects. So this is fine. This works out. There's a good balance of what we invest in the facilities and what we get as a return. Secondly, iMinds is very much driven to research projects with industry. Now these projects, to explain clearly, the part which is done by iMinds is fully paid by the government. So it's attractive for industry to join us to do a project, because even the industry can get, not from us but from government, also funding up to 50%, which means that our work is for free and their work is 50% funded. Of course they don't own the IPR of what we have done, but they have of course more easy access. So this runs fine, and here we have already quite a lot of SMEs involved. But to be honest, it are not the SMEs who are directly using our facilities. They are using the results of the research we do together with us. So yes, they come here, but they are not really using the facilities. What also comes out here, and this is important, of course also for iMinds on its own, spin-off companies come out of this, really based on research which is done on the facilities. So there are 2 examples given here, one on container systems and the other one on media networks, high performance media networks. Then the next thing is education. So we see also a take-up of facilities in education, especially now we see it in wireless courses that is used in our faculty to use it. But then the last point is really how to get SMEs, and that's the focus of this talk, how to get them on board. And there I would say this is not easy. So what we did now, we have some experience, and I'll explain it a bit later, but we came up with a very simple value proposition to the industry. And that's what we are currently testing out with them. And the value proposition is the following. First of all, what are the problems you would like to solve for you? What are the problems? First of all, if an SME has some interesting idea that involves ICT, but he doesn't know if the technology is feasible. Well, there you can see a few examples, which are real examples. One example is if you want to change from a wired solution to a wireless solution, for example in an industry environment, can you do that? Is there technology? Does it work? Is it reliable? Well, we can help them. Or does, in a hospital, you need some positioning systems. What is a good positioning system? Well, there again, we can see if the technology is feasible. The second one is, was the performance of solution A or B or C? So what do we have to take? We don't know, we are not really up to speed on everything, so we help them in deciding what they want. This is a real example with a company who had a new business model about video conferencing solutions. What they really wanted to know about what are the good video conferencing systems. Well, we used our facilities to test them, to help them, and them to come to a decision. Or for example in cloud, so what are the best solutions for our cloud applications? And then the last example is, how do you know that my product I developed, I can go to the market? And there are typical questions. I tested it with 10 users, but what if 100 plus, 1,000 plus users are there? Here again, a real life example, Bluetech, which is a company working on satellite communication. Well, they wanted to test it with 10,000 users, so we were able to do that. They're not real users, but they are emulated users, but they were able to have a number of bug fixes Now, what do we want to offer? Well, maybe I should go back and skip this one or something. So, the first step, that's what we learned the hard way, we have to sit together with them. For free. Don't ask them money, because then they will have this something. So, sit together with them and try to understand what their problem is. Because what we learn is they come to us, they say, can you test this? And first I said, yes, we can do that. And then we tested it, and in the end, it was the wrong thing we did. So know first to understand that what they ask us is a real question they have to solve. So that's the first thing you have to know. What are the possible solutions, and what can we offer? So that they don't come to us and have some expectations which are wrong, because then they will never come back. So this is the first step. The second step we have is we make an offer. Now, and that is very local in development, but we have in Flanders the possibility to go for government-funded projects, where government is funding about 70% in the order of maximum of 10 kilo-euro, and then the company has to pay the rest. Well, we, in this stage, because our small project, we say, well, we will write a proposal. It's in a single day, we can do it. If you understand your problem, you can submit it, and then you get that funded for the work which is going on. But then you have to understand exactly what you need. So that's what is done. And then we typically have a template where we say, well, we do this setup, we do this, we do this. You will be involved for this, this, and this, and then you get a price, and then you can apply. And this is a special SME type of portfolio of subsidies which are available. But this really depends on country by country, so we have to do that eventually. And then we execute, and it could be really different things we do. It could be that it's further analysis of the problem, some advice and some training, and then afterwards they can do the experiments themselves. So that could be one option, but that could be also other work that we really use our tools to check their prototyping and help them to do the checks. So there's the different things. It's not always that we end up the facilities used all of the time or all the project is used for the facilities. No, it could be only a small part of that. So that's project execution. And then it is also clear, we offer this facility between quotes for free. So they pay us a number of days. And this is included in the number of days. It's much easier for them to understand, oh, I need your service 20 days, 5 hours a day, and I have to, no, you just pay us and we make sure that you have the equipment available to do your tests. So this works much better. And then afterwards, you also want to know, well, and then the project is finished, and can I still do some tests? Yes, you can do, but of course, this is in the contract, maybe 6 months you can use at the best effort or something better level, you can go and use our facility. So this is more or less how it works. And then we come really to what are the specific technical capabilities we have. And it's not again that we say we have so many services, no, we just go for the competences. And one of the key issues we see also today, I did mention it somewhere on the slides, we have the facility offering and we have the competences. But the people running the facilities are different people. So it's the big challenge in the research environments to offer such a service, on one hand, by a central facility which runs the equipment, and then you have all researchers and research groups. To convince them, to motivate them to do this 1 month project with industry is not so easy because they have also a lot of other things to do. So this is a challenge because you need all these specific competences. You cannot have them grouped in 5 people supporting the facility. No, you need all these skills, and this is a challenge within your organization to have this done. Okay, I think I have finished. Thank you.
Thanks, Pete. Very good. So, questions for Pete?
Lunches.
The different people issue is a real serious one. We need, at what scale does it become possible to have a different set of people who are the providers of the facility, different from the, not researchers, but I'd say engineers who define new functions and grow the facility?
Well, I think the scale is you have 5 people running facilities, you need 100 people. So in different domains I mentioned to help you and support you.
So it's about 5 or 10% of the population.
Yeah, but those 100 are not working, they are only working maybe 1 or 2% of their time on this type of work. Then they are involved in European project, working even on PhDs. So we need to use those people with their skills to help you in helping the SME. Because it's never in the minds of the people who have in the central location. Of course, they build experience, but there are not always with the latest technology, the software for the cloud, or on the latest wireless technology. It's not there. You have to go really to the research.
Okay, so in other words, a facility that is joint use of research and
Yeah. But that's what I said in the beginning.
Needs a percentage allocation of time for people. It varies from almost all operation to almost all research.
But it's difficult to manage.
Yeah.
That's a challenge. And personally, I think in advice, if you look in Europe, I think if you really want to involve SMEs, please provide those steps in the beginning for free, so that people, so the entrance, and I think I heard it from other those, the entrance level for the SME should be extremely low. That's why we said, we don't ask them, if you do so many services, you have to pay so much. No, simple. That's your problem, you pay 10,000, 4,000 euro in our case, you get as a return a package of 14,000 euro, and that we can offer. And then, okay, they go for it or they don't go for it.
So it's like you plus the SME sit down to see whether you can do something together and both be funded for it.
Yeah.
Just a very simple question, very simple. What is the European relation of design? So it seems to me that this is something that can be purely on a national basis. I mean, each nation can implement its own facility support, whatever kind of facility they have locally. It does not need large-scale facilities federated at European scale. Even the UK example is great. I understand that the scale in which the activity could demonstrate completely globally using the server as a person iMinds. So, how do you project this into a European large-scale federated test that's also test?
Yeah, well, I think first of all, well, the investments which are done in farmers and facilities are quite big. So you cannot say that all countries have the same investment. So you have to federate in Europe. Pardon? Yeah, I think we invest every year, and I ask everybody to give a number. We invest every year 800,000 euro in our facilities, including, well, it's 500,000 euro in hardware and 300,000 euro in the support of the central people. So that's the 5 people. There are not many places in Europe to do that. So you really have to, because we have a lot of test beds which are very small. That's how we started 10 years ago. But once you want to go one step further, I think we really have to bundle a number of these facilities together on the facility side, but also on the knowledge side. Of course, people should be willing to do that. Because at this moment, it's not profitable for iMinds, not at all. But it's profitable, if I look at the local scale, for farmers. Because iMinds is there to increase the economic value of what is done in France. So if you take the overall picture, you gain. But you don't gain as iMinds. No, we lose money. But that's the strategy of the government. And that's, I think, what happens in many, if you look at JR, it's fully funded by public money. Fully. There are many examples of facilities which are fully funded. Now we want to have this economic return, which is very important for the specific iMinds case. But I really think we have to look at European scale. Yeah.
Awesome. What happens if an SME comes to you and you can't support the experimental use case that you want to make? Do you sort of bear that in mind if I must expand the test bed in this direction? Or do you wait until you get 10 people asking for the same question before you move in the direction?
Well, it's there are different answers. The first answer is, if they come to us, I didn't mention that, we always first check if there is a commercial service available who can help them. We will not go in competition to commercial companies. Now, so if somebody comes to us, I developed a cable modem, can you check it if it's compliant? We say, we could do it in principle, but we don't do it, go to that company. By the way, this was a spin-off company of our facility. But, so we always look at what is the ecosystem around it. Are there companies offering? And then that's the first point. If we have a question which is really ways of our expertise, and we say we can't help you, and we look maybe in Europe or somebody else who could help you. And if there are multiple questions, of course, then we can say, well, yes, we have to invest in this.
But in your case, you are not really advertising towards SMEs, are you?
Well, as I mentioned, the history is we were, the first 3 bullets were quite successful. The 4th one is something which we started recently. We did it last year for our ILO facilities. What they offer is, they look at the products of the companies, they do an analysis with users, so they have panels. In 7 months' time, they got 20 projects running. That's what we are doing now. We have some examples now, and there are some included in my presentation. But we didn't advertise it a lot. So there is now an event going on, because this is now the strategy we follow.
Very interesting.
Pardon?
Very interesting.
Yes, yeah. Of course, at this stage it's the Flemish. But I wanted to give this example because I think you can expand on that.
I'm not blaming you.
Yeah, but it's,